How's it, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, in this session, I'm going to go over the most important levels for Bitcoin, and I'm also going to look at some altcoins like Dogecoin, for example. I'm actually looking at a potential setup here, depending on how this next 4 hour candle closes. But it looks like we did close bullish, guys. We did close above the range as well. So I'm actually looking at a potential setup here for BDC. So what I want to see happen is I want to see if price can obviously take out this high over here, and then also if if Dogecoin can actually hold the support level just below here. So if this next 15-minute candle can flip bullish here, then I will be looking at that potential setup. But for now, it's not really valid. Just gonna have to wait for the next 15 minutes. So I'll let you know once I enter that. But let's have a look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin. Let's have a look. Bitcoin is coming down a little bit now, but if we have a look at the lower time frames, like over here, if we look at Bitcoin, you can see in the last couple of hours, it had quite a nice run up here, and then just got instantly rejected from that level at around about 55,700. So 55,700 was the level we were actually chatting about today in my live stream earlier. And what I was saying was that was the liquidity zone that a lot of people were looking to short the market. And that's exactly what happened, right? All the orders were sitting at that level. I didn't actually take that setup. For some reason, I did miss that. But you can see right now we are just getting instantly rejected from that high, which is something to obviously watch out for, right? But on the 4 hour candle, we are still starting to create like a little bit of structure here on the lower time frames, right? You can see that we are starting to move a little bit higher here with a bit of divergence in price, which means that there's a probability of us going up a little bit more before we go down. But if you look at it on like a macro level, you can see that we do have our macro highs at this point over here, which is something that we have to watch out for. But on the lower time frames, we are starting to create a bit of movement to the upside, which is not, I don't think it's going to follow through, but we do have to obviously hold support at this level right over here, right? So for me to take a long now just doesn't really make sense. We would have to just wait and see how this next 15 also for Bitcoin closes, right? But as long as we start to stay above this level here, which is that low over there at around about 55 300, we need to hold that level in order for us to go long here. But that is something to watch out for, right? We'll see what happens within the next 5 to 10 minutes here. But as long as we start to stay relative to this high over here, which was actually set a couple of days ago, we need to actually take out that level, right? I'm actually looking at another setup here for ICP, right? ICP looking like it does want to reverse to the downside here. But you do know that, especially in a market like this, a lot of people are like starting to flip a little bit bearish here. You can see the Bitcoin meter is starting to show a little bit of looks like a little bit of dominance to the upside for the altcoins. So I think for the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have to just start focusing on the altcoins, because these are the levels you want to start looking at where you want to be buying, right? You can see that over the past couple of days, we've had Aave, TRX, XRP. These are the ones that are actually outperforming Bitcoin, whilst Bitcoin, actually Solana, BNB, Sui, Casper, but the rest are actually not performing well compared to Bitcoin, right? So we have to obviously take note of this. And also, if Bitcoin can just hold that key level that we're looking at right now, we need to see what we can do in order for us to take some setups. But for now, it's just not really interested in that. I'd rather wait for the next 4 hour candle to close. But what I'm looking at, especially for Dogecoin, is just this breakout that could potentially happen within the next couple of hours, right? If Dogecoin can actually just flip bullish here, if you look at the lower time frames like the 30 minutes and the 15, this is where I would probably look to enter, right? But you can see that just on the lower time frames, it's just showing a bit of weakness right now, which is something that we have to watch out for. like the lower time frames is showing a bit of, yeah, over here. As long as we start to stay above this level relative to this trend line, I honestly think that you have a look at the 15. Right? Like this is a valid trend line. As long as we stay above this level, I do think that we can come up. But if we lose this level right now, then I think we could look at potential short setups within Dogecoin. But right now, I'm just not really interested in taking that. Would have to wait for the next 15-minute candle to obviously open. And you can see it actually did just open right now, which it opened bearish compared to that trend line. But if this trend line holds, which it is now, then I would potentially enter a long setup for Dogecoin. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not really interested in that right now. I would have to wait another 15 minutes in order to take this trade. But yeah, you can see that there's quite a few candles. I mean, a few different coins that are looking bearish relative to the market. So, like HBAR, I was actually speaking about HBAR this morning, and I was saying that this is it's at a critical level for HBAR. And why I say that is because HBAR has been really strong compared to most other coins, although it has been dumping quite hard recently. If you look at like the higher time frames, this is the level that you want to be looking at, which is at the 0.0445. That zone is going to be the level that I'll be looking at. But going back to Dogecoin, because it is actually looking like it wants to start to close below this level, which is something that I'll be looking at for a setup. But we'll have to wait another 15 minutes here. Another 15 minutes here. But yeah, not that interested in taking this trade just yet, because I do think that the market is going to come down. Like you can see, Litecoin is getting absolutely smacked. So I'm not really interested in taking longs at this present time. Okay. Ton's actually been pumping recently. TIA, I'm not really interested in trading TIA. It hasn't really done much. Solana is still holding that level at 126, but you can see that we're starting to get a bit of a dump right now. Yeah, even Bitcoin. This is what was the setup that I was waiting for, but it looks like we just got instantly rejected from that 0.5 level, which is quite interesting. So yeah, I didn't actually get involved in that. I was waiting for a little bit higher, but yeah, not really interested in that just yet. But yeah, check Litecoin. I mean, it's pretty much breaking the lows. Litecoin's pretty much breaking that low. But we'll see what happens. Like if Litecoin can break this low, like within the next 1 hour, 26 minutes, because that's when the 4-hour candle will close. If it closes below this level here, then I do think that we might see a bit of a dump back down to the 58 level I've been speaking about in the past. But yeah, there's not much happening right now. What I want to do is I actually just want to look at USDT dominance, because you can see that level, that 6.44 level I was speaking about last week. We actually tapped it immediately, and if you look at USDT dominance, this is something that I would be watching out for right now, because if USDT dominance can actually start to close above this level, I do think that we're going to see quite a big dump within today, to be fair. Yeah. But we'll see. I will be looking to short Dogecoin soon, within 10 minutes, yeah. But I'll let you know if I jump into this one. But I'm not really interested in it right now, because we have to obviously wait for the next candle to close here. But you can see that we could potentially flip to the upside, yeah, because we did get a 4-hour breakout. And of course, if this isn't valid, then we would know only once the 4-hour candle closes, right? So we'll see what happens. We'll see. The 15 does look like it wants to flip here, and the 5-minute. If this 5-minute can obviously flip above this level here, then I will be quite interested in this trade. But yeah, TRX kind of looks good compared to most other coins. So I would be looking at a potential setup for TRX because we did actually get a 1 hour break to the upside, which was actually really, 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 really clean. But we didn't really get a break above this key level here, which is sitting at that zone. Okay. But yeah, Dogecoin looks interesting. Potentially looking to take a long if we can just hold this level here, because this is just a retest of that trend line, right? Which is what we got within the last 2 hours, but it wasn't valid because we were retesting again, right? So we're seeing another potential retest of this level. So we'll see if we can hold this zone. But as long as the 50-minute candle looks like this, I do think that we could potentially take a long here. And if this 5-minute candle can just close like this, this would be a good setup. But yeah, not right now. Just not really interested in a trade. It's not, the market's a little bit unsure about where the direction wants to go. We just have to wait for the 4-hour candle. But Dogecoin does look good. This is the area where you want to be looking to long it because we're getting a breakout, right? And this breakout could potentially see us back to 0.1 at these highs. So what I want to do now is I want to see Bitcoin dominance, because Bitcoin dominance will show us if the altcoins are getting stronger, right? And we can see that on this chart. This is showing that the altcoins are actually getting stronger compared to Bitcoin, but there's just no follow through right now. But if we have a look at this, we did actually get that breakdown within today. And then same thing with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is starting to dump a little bit, but we're still holding those key zones, which is fine. But I want to see what happens here within the next 15, because if Bitcoin can just hold this level, I do think that we might see price go up just temporarily. That. So we'll see 7 minutes until this actually breaks out. If Dogecoin can indeed actually just close above this level, then we can look at that potential move. We'll see what happens. ICP is still holding that level. SEI, I was actually speaking about SEI today, and I was saying that, yeah, it's just, I think the market's not really ready yet to have that move. And to be fair, it looks like we are just getting fake outs after fake outs, which means we don't really want to be longing in this type of market at this point. I do think that the market's actually not ready to get that bounce just yet. We have to wait for Bitcoin dominance to come down a lot more. And we spoke about that just now, right? We want Bitcoin dominance to, I'll show you again the chart, but we needed to actually break this level here, right? So this level here. But that's really, really far away, right? I mean, we have to start dumping a lot more, another 2% on that. We'll see what happens, of course, but I'm not really interested in taking that just yet. So we'll see what happens for Dogecoin, for instance. I want to see if we can just hold this level here. If we do come down here, I will be looking just to short straight away from the zone. But yeah, nothing really else is actually. There's not much else. If we look at the daily, we can see that a lot of coins are up, like Ton, Phantom, OM, FET, Atom's up quite a bit. Aave up 8%. Tau is actually up. So but we'll see. I want to see if Dogecoin can flip bearish here. We have to wait another 4 minutes here though. I'm interested to see if we can hold this level. Because if we hold this level, I do think that this could be quite a big move. We'll see how we have to wait 3 more minutes here. 3 more minutes time, we can definitely look at this. But yeah, just right now, I'm not really interested in that. RCP also breaking down. HBAR as well. Pretty much broke that wedge. Looking like we most probably just going to come down here. But most coins are at support again, which means that if we break support, then fine. But if not, we can get that bounce, right? But it's all dependent on what happens with Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is way more stronger than most coins, right? We can actually see it over here. That if you come down a little bit here, that the only coins that are actually above Bitcoin is HNT, Aave, TRX, and XRP, which is quite interesting. Which is very interesting. So I will be looking to take a setup here, because you can see that this 15 is starting to flip bullish here. But we've got 2 more minutes until this actually closes. So let's wait 2 minutes here. Because if this does close below, which I don't think it's going to, because it looks like in 1 minute time, we most probably just going to hold this level here, which is good. Something to watch out for. And we are clearly in this new formed uptrend for Dogecoin. And of course, if we do hold this level, we should see potential moves upside. But if we just refine this a little bit here, we could potentially see this as a bounce. So we'll see what happens.